Hey, everybody. Welcome to Conversations with Curtis. Happy Friday. How y'all doing today? Hope you had a good week, and what a great way to end the week. My name is Paul Stetler, for those of you who are joining us for the first time. And for some reason, today we seem to have a lot of people joining us for the first time. I can't imagine why. Actually, I can. It's because of our guest. So anyways, for those of you who are joining, I played Curtis Craig in Phantasmagoria 2 a bazillion years ago. And then a little while back, our guest did an infamous spoof playthrough of that game, among many other things that he did. And he has been kind enough to join us again today. So Noah's going to be out in a little bit. And so, yeah, for those of you who are watching, what we do is my partner Daniel and we have dove into the classic point and click adventure world. We're talking to many of the developers and creators and artists who made those games, having interviews with them, and also streaming a couple times a week some of these classic games. And what we're trying to do more recently is reach out to special guests like Noah to choose a game that they would like to play and then join us for one of our streams. And so Noah Antwiler will be coming out in just a couple minutes, and we'll be playing his choice, Technobabylon, which was developed by Technocrat and published by Wadjet Eye Games and Dave Gilbert. So my first time experiencing it, but we did play a little bit of one of Dave's earlier games, so I'm excited to play this today. Not sure what else other than we had a great week this week. Daniel and I on Wednesday got to play some of Murderous Muses with the lead developer of Diavecchi Studios, Tim Cowles. Daniel pointed out that I called him Tim Nowles when I introduced him on Wednesday, so sorry about that, Tim. But that was a lot of fun. Tim and his wife, Linda, are part of the folks that are keeping FMV games alive. They produced 4 of them over the last 10 years or so. And they're really fun. So please check them out if you haven't. Monday, Tori, who played Adrian in Phantasmagoria 1, and Daniel and I continued our playthrough of Puzzle Agent, and it was quite a sight to see Tori. She's such a good puzzle solver. It's kind of mind-blowing. So check those out if you can. But meanwhile, I do want to just quickly say thank you to our Patreon and Coffee members for keeping Conversations with Curtis going. It's because of these guys all right here that we are able to keep this channel alive. So thank you so much for your support. We have our $10 and $20 members off to the sides, and then our top donors up here at the top. And I just want, as always, to pay tribute to Malika Chandler for being our top donor for a couple years running now. She's just been a just incredible support system for us. We can't thank her enough. Followed by Francois Damigella, Robbie Thurio, Moffat Reborn, Tyler Drinkard, and Yuma81 and Corbett Chu. You guys are at the top of the heap, and we really do appreciate your support. If you're in a position to help, we would love your support. So please consider joining us on Coffee or Patreon. Speaking of coffee, I'll talk about that in just a second. We have a weekly sort of goal for our streams. And once we get to our goal, we raffle off some games and we raffle off potential guest spots and things like that. So if you are inclined to help out, you'd want to do so through there we go. Through our Coffee site, Coffee, other than YouTube. The Super Chat allows you to keep 90% of your donation as opposed to 50% with YouTube. So if you can, and if you're inclined to donate today, please use that app. That way your money gets to the place you want it to get to. Our top 7 donors over the last 30 days for these streams are Jouex at the #1 spot for a few weeks running now, followed by James Jenkins, who's made a big comeback, Moffat Reborn, CJ, who I see in the chat, Victor Chang, Sweet Kajmar, and YT Wander. Thanks all for your support. And it looks like something just came in from none other than CJ.
CJ tipped $20, Friday auto donation.
Thank you, CJ. Appreciate that very, very much. And good to see you in the chat here. All right, I think that's it. So I'm going to bring my partner Daniel out, and he's going to be with our guest today. Our guest is really, for those of you watching, you all know who he is, and it's a pleasure to have him back. Noah Antwiler has been such. Hey, there he is. I was going to try to be a little bit more intro-y, but let's just say hi. How you doing, Noah? Good to see you.
Doing fine. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you again. I feel like I don't even remember when we talked. It's probably pushing 5-6 months ago now, right?
Yeah, I've been bad at getting back to you, but luckily you shook my tree, said let's play some games, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it.
So you weren't just waiting by the phone and letting your beard grow, waiting for me to call. You actually...
I was growing old, waiting.
So, yeah, I like it.
I thought I'd give it a try, I didn't know how gray it would fill in.
You never do until you do. That's the shock of it all.
No, but once you rock the beard, you can't remove it because then you look like a 5-year-old. So we have to stick with it.
Now I did the beard. I got rid of it.
You look like a 5-year-old, Paul.
Well, I got to the point where mine was so gray, or it started to come in patchy gray and stuff, that I actually, for a while, this was years ago, bought the Just for Men stuff just to see if I could get it to, and that's just a rabbit hole you don't want to go down.
Wait, you dyed your beard to black?
I did. Not black. I tried to dye it the color that matched my face and my hair, but then I gave up on that. So, all right. Anyways, no, what have you been? One thing about the beard, you're really a brave person to be growing a beard in the middle of Arizona summer. So usually that's a wintertime thing.
No, mainly it's a lazy thing. Shaving is a chore, and I don't like to do it. So it's mainly just a factor of being lazy.
How are you surviving the heat?
Staying indoors. That's the best thing you can do. My dog, however, is trying to get me killed because my dog loves being outside, even in this heat, no matter what. And my dog loves being outside. So all the time, Thaco was trying to get me going outside, and it's 120 degrees out there.
Oh man! So you've got to go. I mean, it's like
you've got to go. Yeah, you got to go.
That's the one thing.
No, it's not. That's the thing. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. Somebody said poor Thaco. There's nothing poor. Like Thaco absolutely adores being outside in the heat. The heat does not bother Thaco at all. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I've said, you see dogs sometimes just sort of laying off to the side, just trying to find shade and just not wanting to move, but that's not him, huh?
No. He's very active.
Yeah, that's great.
But anyway, somebody was you were talking earlier about how I chose Technobabylon to play. I feel a little bad I didn't choose an FMV game to play now.
No, there's not enough. I think this is great. This is right within this feels great. Tell me what's your experience with this game and why did you choose it?
I've only played a little bit of this game. I've only played like the first hour of it. And what happened was there's a scene, I think, where there's like a hostage negotiation that in my case, it went wrong and the person got killed and I got frustrated. I wanted to spare the person. I've read it. You can spare the person who gets killed. Not that it makes a huge difference in terms of the gameplay, but I wanted to save that person. So I put that game off to the side. And this was like a year or 2 years ago. And I always wanted to get back to it because the reason I chose this game was because I love the cyberpunk genre. And there's really not enough stuff that's set in the cyberpunk genre, except like the game Cyberpunk.
And Blade Runner from 97.
Blade Runner 97. That's another good choice, by the way. You've probably played that, have you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the thing is, when you ask...
No, we didn't play it on stream. I played it myself, and I want to play it with Paul, so you can join us.
That's a very good choice, by the way, especially if you've... especially if you've seen the movie. But
Well, no, the one thing, if you ever played this game, 99% of the time, Daniel will say yes. And 99.99% of the time, I will say, I have no idea I've never heard of it. So that's what you're getting.
Well, Blade Runner is one of the more famous instances of the cyberpunk genre. No, it's probably like the number one example of the genre. So if anyone's ever seen, if there's a chance that you've seen anything, it would be that.
Yeah, but I didn't. Anyways, but Daniel knows it, and so.
That's great.
Daniel, what about you? What was your response? What was your experience with this game? Have you also played it in the past, or
me?
Daniel?
I played it back in 2015, like Noah. I didn't play it all the way through, and I always wanted to finish it. So now's a good chance.
Nice.
It feels like games from the 90s I played dozens of times, and everything that came out after 2000, 2001, I played once or never finished.
Gotcha. Well, before we started streaming, we were chatting, and I actually stopped you guys from having this because I wanted to hear, and I wanted folks to hear Noah's response. But Daniel asked Noah because I know you've been streaming yourself, and Daniel just asked what you think makes a good game to stream live. What is it? What is your parameters when you make?
Well, it's good you gave me time to think about it because I think I have an answer now. The answer is the potential for the unexpected to happen. Which is why I like playing so many of the Dark Pictures anthology games, which are like horror movies and stuff like that, is because so many unexpected things can happen to the characters in those games. I would play games like XCOM on the live stream because there's always the potential for a complete party wipe, for something to just go catastrophically wrong, or for something to happen that I've never seen before. I think people love seeing the reactions of the host to really unexpected or sudden or shocking things that happen on the live stream. And so I always try to pick a game with that potential.
Whenever I play a game, and occasionally I'll play something by myself, and Daniel's usually there to, sort of keep me moving forward. But when I get so worried as a streamer that I get stuck in one spot over and over again. And I just feel like people are getting so frustrated watching. They all know that they could move forward, and they're watching me not be able to get to that next place. But I found that that's not always the case. People tend to really enjoy, as you said, the unexpected. It's fun to watch people struggle. It's fun to watch people figure something out for themselves. And
sure. And if I get really bogged down in something, if I'm totally stuck, I will just go cheat and use a walkthrough. But I think people like the discovery process as well, discovering the game along with you, especially if they've never seen the game before.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to watch you. We're lucky that we can sort of hand over the controls to both to this game, so we can both take turns. But I'm excited to see you get. I want to see how you play this game, or how your sort of brain works with games in general. Because
now we may find out that Noah is brute forcing adventure games just like I do. Just click everything. Something might
try
happen.
everything on everything.
Well, that's a good question.
That depends on the game. Like the Monkey Island games, I find are very Moon Logic, where you have to try everything on everything. It rewards that kind of gameplay where you have to brute force. I don't remember if this game is that kind of game. I think this game is a lot more logical when it comes to the puzzle design.
But in general, do you, when you're in a room and it's clear that you need to kind of, like, the next place to go is whatever the next room is, do you like to linger and see what's in that room first before you go off to the next thing?
Do I like to examine every object? And yeah.
Good.
Because we have a constant debate on the matter, because when we're in an adventure room, in a room in an adventure game, then I like to focus on the goals in case I have a goal at that moment. And Paul likes to look around. Talk to people, talk to objects, look at people.
As much as possible. I think that's what they put it there for a reason. You might as well go look at it all. So
exhaust all the dialogue.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do this thing, shall we?
All right. Let's see if I can get control again.
I'll give you control in a second. I just want to show two tweets. When we tweeted about this live stream, then Dave Gilbert of Watch That Games, who's the publisher of this game, was really excited. Said that he's a big fan of Spoonie from back in the day, so this is a treat. And Technobabylon Games, which is the developer of this game, said, "I hope you enjoy Technobabylon." So let's enjoy Technobabylon.
Let's do it. I'm excited. What do we do? Do we need to know anything about this before we start? I guess we'll just start it. I don't know anything about it other than what you guys just said.
All I know is that it takes place in the future, and I think that's pretty obvious from the title screen.
Yeah.
So let me just get started. Well, let's see what settings we got here. Oh, there's a commentary. Didn't know that.
We'll take care of that.
Explode.
Well, this is fun. While I was setting up the live stream, I found out that the settings in this settings menu aren't working, so you can't change the sound volume. So that's why I'm running this through ScumVM, and I changed the volume manually.
Somebody in the chat room says Spoonie got old. Why? He should never age.
You're already in control. There's no cutscene to start.
No,
Yeah, this is a cutscene.
Okay.
Looks like you found the place.
You're sure this is the one?
I'm positive. Lanta Sesame goes by Magdala in the trance. There's a big gap in the records, and it's shaped exactly like her.
I thought you said he put a lot of effort into it.
They've been hiding her activity, but weren't covering up their own work very well.
If they did, then I... Ah!
How are the headaches?
Won't be a problem
Obviously
for
not
my
good.
shoulder.
You understand the plan?
Don't worry. I know exactly what I'm doing.
All right. Do we know what we're doing?
After all, I've been planning
He
this
does,
for
I don't.
years.
Boom. So we know we get headaches.
Technobabylon.
What do we know so far? We
The
have
name of the game,
migrated.
the name of the developer, and then the name
We've been
of the
planning this for a
publisher.
long time.
A world built of
Well, we know the
abstract
internet is
senses,
called the
of
trance.
tangible thought, where every part has been crafted by an individual soul. It's the purest form of contact a person can have, mind to mind. It's the pinnacle of human achievement. Some might say that achievement in the physical world is somehow more meaningful.
Right, said Brett, tipped $3. Please use this money to buy a taco for Thaco.
Taco for Thaco.
That might say, join the future, or
Thank
be
you, right,
Thanks,
surpassed by
RSP.
it.
Good to see you, man.
Within the trance, we are millions of minds as one. But even as far as we've come, there's still one serious flaw. Its reliance on the real world as its backbone.
I never listened
And
closely
disconnections.
enough to these.
Damn.
That's why you don't know anything about
Just
these
go and speak
games.
to the building manager.
I know.
It's not like there's anything to be afraid of out there. Let's get this over with.
Open inventory, move mouse to bottom right corner. Okay, that's our inventory.
Somebody
It wants
tipped
me to
$20.
Holy cow!
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Who was that?
Somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Oh, looks like our network connection is down, so my attempt to derail the plot has already failed. How do I
It's
get
the
out of
Blackwell
this?
Epiphany. You have a promo for another Vegetai game. Blackwell Epiphany, the movie.
I like the music too, Zen Solipsist. I think it's got a good feel to it. Disconnecting trance.
And
Better go
welcome to the
talk
real
to the
world.
building manager. Ah! Ouch! Huh?
Wasn't it Dave Gilbert who talked a lot
Password
about
error,
how
huh? I guess the door's
much he
broken
works
too.
with voiceover actors?
Contact manager. I'm
So we need
trapped?
This can't be up to fire code.
for the first time that you can remember, the prospect of staying inside.
You're trapped at home and you have internet access. How bad can that be?
Left click interact, right click look at. Okay, let's see.
We gotta
The
call
panel by
somebody.
the door
don't we?
also controls the apartment's net connection, call system, and thermostat, as well as the door's locking. If you could get inside it, you might be able to set off an emergency unlock.
Ah, so let's get inside it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Still not working. Apparently, I can't just wait for the problem to fix itself. Can't rely on anyone else.
Is it that panel over by the other door, or is that's the shop? Yeah, like
This one?
Yeah,
This is
That's a food machine.
that's a food machine. The apartment's food machine, which pipes your infrequent meals straight to your home in semi-solid form.
Semi-solid.
Alright.
It gives us the Soylent Green.
Yep.
Let's try to use it. Oh, it does work.
Protein surprise, nutrient complex, gelatin complex.
Protein
Yeah.
surprise.
Yeah.
A food tray obligingly pops from the machine serving slot completely empty. The pipes must be blocked again.
Hey, I'm hungry.
Picked up plastic tray, plastic fork. Let's look in these lockers because I didn't check these out.
Nothing in here. I usually keep clothes in here. Looks like I need to go to the support office to get more printed.
Or clothes printed.
Nothing in here.
Well, that was disappointing.
I know. There's a pile of something. She's right next to clothes.
It's true. It's full of blue overalls, the kind provided by the city for the unemployed. Made out of a cotton paper blend, they are mulched and recycled into new clothing rather than clean. Search?
Ugh, no. Last time I reached into the pile, there was stuff growing in it.
Okay, well, let's try
Usually
using...
when they give you something and then they tell you that it's not worth
What
looking
is
at.
this? Trophy.
The NetGames trophy I won in '84. I don't know why I've still got it. I pretty much scrapped everything else to build the wetware still.
Hey, Technocrat Games is on the Twitch chat saying there used to be things in the lockers, but we streamlined the puzzle since a lot of the testers were spending too long in the first section of the game.
Well, I picked
We're
up
getting the
trophy.
commentary in the chat,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Well, thanks
Let's
for
try
joining
using
us,
the-
Technocrat Games. Appreciate that. You're gonna use the spoon on the door panel.
The
Yeah.
spoonie.
And I broke
They
it.
broke.
Well done.
The flimsy plastic the fork was made of wasn't up to the task of prizing the panel from the wall. With better quality tools, though.
Yeah.
Well,
I like
if
that
this
they
was
knew you were. They anticipated you were gonna do that.
if this were a Sierra game, then breaking the fork would get you to a dead end.
You die.
Yeah.
Large drain on the floor.
Cables.
Exposed fiber optics everywhere. I think they deliberately do this to make it less pleasant to live here. I'm not sure when I got this out of the machine. It's still soggy though.
Well, it's still soggy.
Which means it's still good.
It's still good. Something's got to be in there. We got to figure something out. There we go. Wetware
It may
still.
take up the entire bathroom, but the still is totally worth it. By growing my own wetware at home, I'll never need to leave the apartment again. Unless something like this happens.
Someone after your own heart, Daniel.
You remove the gelatinous clump of semi-organic wetware. Yeah, that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
You've been cultivating in the still. It looks like it's grown enough to be usable by now.
Picked up
Okay, so I remember
wetware.
this. To interface with the network, the internet, you have to use this goop. And I'm not sure how you use the goop, if you eat it or what, but that's how you do it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well, let me
It's
see.
a
Let's
homegrown
inspect
lump
it.
of techno-organic wetware gel. It's
Hey,
for
she's
connecting my
happy.
brain's wetware to the external systems.
You know, the great
Like
thing
a
about
bed?
Wedget Eye games is that they kept the spirit of 2D adventure games alive without
Reaching your arm into the recycling slot can only end in tears. Sorry.
without trying to branch to 3D, which, in my
It may
opinion,
take up the
never
entire
works in
bathroom by
adventure
growing my
games.
own we-
So can you put that thing on her? On top? Is it like a helmet? Is it she's waiting for you. She's all. What happened?
She connected to the internet.
How'd you do that?
I clicked on the internet thing. It said trance
Oh.
mailbox.
City of Newton. Subject circumstances. Dear Ms. Sesame, this message is to remind you that you have not been attending your scheduled employment meetings. If you do not inform us of absences, you risk losing housing support from the city. You have been receiving city support benefit for 71 days, and we hope that you will be able to improve your circumstances soon. What's her name? She's that's the person that wrote it to us, Baron Fisher.
Reading emails feels so Phantasmagoria 2-esque.
Yeah. Dear Sir, Miss, my name is Marcus O'Shea. I am the chief financier for the Oklahoma General Martin Carter. His recent death at the hands of a rival warlord has left me with 150,000 quanta
It's the Nigerian prince scheme.
of his finance. If you will allow, it's totally it is a scam. If you allow me to be, all right. So go ahead, you take it from there.
All right. Hey, Dala. Seems like we haven't seen you in years. No idea if you'd heard, but there's a big game coming up at the Rotunda. If you're up for leaving your apartment, you can probably get a place on the team. XOXO.
XOXO. Hey, we've got a
Ooh, an
virus over
attachment.
there.
Do you want the extra interface speed woo without the extra costs? Extra speed with extra... Unable to connect to network. Ghost inbox. Check connections and try again.
You did it.
I
But it's a
downloaded
virus, I
malware.
think.
Yo, Dala, good hearing from you, though I know really it means you want something. Basically, yes, the batch of blue wetware you got is cracked, so you can grow it yourself. Just don't gray goo your place. It needs a few things. 1, water, since that was picks up 99% of it. 2, nutrition. It's an organism after all. 3, heat. In the normal stuff it had caused to break down, but this blend is activated instead. Okay.
People were requesting the sarcastic emails, unfortunately. Those weren't options.
Yes, you tipped 10 pieces of 8. Have some loot, smile.
Have some luck,
Hey.
good smile. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, appreciate
I
it.
don't want to open the malware
Curtis
yet.
Craig.
Internet
Okay.
VR with avatars? This game setting must be the alternate reality where people actually embraced meta, and it's exactly as bad as it sounds.
Thanks, Grey Knight. Oh,
I
what
wonder
we do?
if I can use the goo.
Wait, did you talk to the malware?
No, I didn't open it yet. I don't want to open the malware because it'll fry my brain or something. Can I use the goo with the door panel? I can.
What? The apartment's centralized systems speak to you more clearly than ever as your wetware joins with its systems. Okay, so we can get out now. Can we
So
get
the
out
goo
now?
can help you. The goo helps you interface with electronics.
Yeah, don't try this at home, kids.
Oh, there it is. That's the door.
Connection to door panel. All right, I'm
Forsooth, who wouldst summon the guardian of thine abode?
Who are you?
I am the defender, the guardian, the knight. No threat shall dare intrude upon thy domain while I stand watch.
Do you have a name?
I do not wish to trouble my lady with such minute details.
So, just Knight then.
Whatever thy will, my lady.
Tell me about yourself.
Sentinel Systems Nightwear, a data and physical security product of Sentinel Systems, version 3.02. Licensed to City of Newton Housing Services.
What's with the knight in shiny armor routine?
Who is better suited to the role than a loyal defender of the realm?
Okay, now tell me properly.
My lady, thine own.
Out of character.
Following managerial reformation of Sentinel Systems, the company's theme was shifted to a feudal design.
I find you irritating. And you let me out.
This should be an
Forces.
option in every adventure
Can you do
game.
anything about that?
Attempting to operate door drive systems. Attempt 2. Attempt 3. It would appear the machinery of the door itself has become fatigued. The terminus is unable to compel activity on the door's part itself. The safety unlock would doubtless serve you well at this juncture.
Can you use the safety unlock?
I'm afraid I cannot. It must be unlatched physically.
So, where is it?
It lies behind the terminal. With sufficient armament, mayhaps thou shalt reach it.
Gee, thanks.
Mayhaps thou shalt.
Has anyone ever told you that you get real tiresome real quick?
Customer research has shown the Knight image to be effective. 89% of customers associated with increased security and ability to solve threats. 67% associated with defense of a home in a professional manner. 55% found it more confidence-inspiring than Sentinel's previous mascot,
Which was?
the Sheriff. Following last year's New York police riots, public perception of such personnel diminished considerably.
Well, that helped
Fare thee well, my lady.
the annoying theory. So Technocrat Games, are you still there? If so, are those all made up stats, or did you actually do your research? I'm very curious. All right. Now what?
You've got to get a tool to open the panel.
Now I know I'm going to be the. I'm going to allow.
Oh, wait. I know what to do.
Stupid here. So this is Matrix-like world. We live in a dingy, awful real world, and then we're like Ready Player One, able to sort of patch into this fantasy Matrixy world. Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, what else? If it's only kinda, then tell me. Do I?
No, you got it. I think you got
Okay.
it. I'm interfacing with all the electronics in the apartment to see if any of that helps. Maybe I can replicate something like a better fork or something.
Yeah.
I interfaced with my coffee machine earlier today.
Lori successfully made a connection to the food machine.
Oh, sorry.
Then why weren't we able to eat? I love that she gets.
It said the pipes were blocked.
Okay.
Oh, now we can connect to the food machine.
Hi, I'm Sheffy, your interactive guide to THB Foods Auto Meal Sweets.
Okay, I remember Sheffy. I definitely remember Sheffy from my first playthrough. She's a very Japanese type of techno mascot.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you, and what are you doing in my
Game
food
said,
machine?
Hi, I'm Sheffy, your...
We already had this bit.
I'm the voice of your food machine. I'm here to help you make the most of your machine and all the delicious possibilities. And if there's trouble, I'm here to help you out.
Hold on a sec before you hit that.
Okay, go ahead.
Technocrat Games said, I arbitrarily chose 2087 as the date for the game since it's my 100th birthday. Nice.
Yeah, so you were born in 87.
Ooh, you're quick. You and your math.
Jeffrey Nair tipped 10 pieces of 8, such a huge fan of yours, Spoony. And Paul and Daniel, of course, don't want to minimize you guys. This team up is honestly a dream come true. Didn't want to interrupt the stream, just wanted to show my support.
Well, thank you very much.
Appreciate it, bud.
What kind of things can you make?
Using THB's patented and proven protein fiber synthesis reserve system, I'm able to whip up some of the tastiest treats you've ever had.
Like?
Just you wait. Before you know it, you'll be having the most cost-effective food you've ever tasted.
You're dodging the question.
Like
My
Taco Bell.
recipe books are always getting bigger. My best friends at THE always come up with great
think
new ideas.
she's
Everything
just-
from protein surprise to Nutri-Blood casserole.
Ugh.
Don't be like that. Give them a try.
I think she's out irritated the knight. I think she wins the irritating award.
I love that she always sings the name of
I
the
know.
company, though.
Yeah, right.
So apparently, Technocrat Games said that Jessica Pepper, the voice of Sheffy, ad-libbed the THE Foods jingle, and it had to stay.
No, that's too good. Yeah,
So
that's
this
great.
was
I've
ad-libbed.
had to live off your crap for 2 years now. It's bland, and it feels like runny puke. I have trouble swallowing, and every mouthful makes starvation that little bit more appealing.
I'm sorry
Still,
to
it
hear
beats
that.
Chipotle.
Have you tried any of our new recipes recently? Let's look for some. Oopsie! It looks like I can't connect. Don't worry, you can always use the memory cards in the machine to upload delicious new recipes.
What about the trays and forks?
How do I get trays and cutlery?
Haven't you been eating with us for years?
Humor me.
THE's food machines have self-contained vacuum formers to recycle utensils. Just put your tray back in the machine when you're done with it.
What's on your recipe card now?
On the menu today, we've got Protein Complex A11, Protein Complex E168, and for dessert, Sucrose Gelatin Complex C11.
Sounds delicious.
If you want something a little different, don't forget, you can always download new recipes for me to take a look at.
Ciao.
Bye!
Okay, now I think what we can do is upload the malware to Sheffy.
No, I'm not storing that in my brain. Not unless I want to wake up in some factory in China in 10 years.
I'm not sure how to do that.
Would it be in the other in our little dungeon down below?
This thing?
Oh, I'm just wondering if maybe if you could do it in the room, the other room, but I don't. You're saying that we can somehow connect the. We want to get access to those utensils.
Yeah, the memory
Hi,
card.
I'm Sheffy, your interactive guide to THE Foods Auto.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Ciao.
Okay, so.
Bye!
What else can we do here?
Hey, there is a similarity here between this and Phantas 2, in which we can't get out of our the opening room.
That's true.
Can't get out of our apartment. Is there a rat and a wallet anywhere?
Not that I can see. I'm open to suggestions.
Well, you have something in your inventory where you can store the malware.
I do?
You should have.
Unable to produce metal utensils due to danger of harm. To change this, please seek administrator permission.
So Daniel, are you saying we have to
We're not
put
children. Lousy suicide rate.
Wow. Are you saying to put our blue wetware into one of those, either probably the green sort of container, the food
No,
container?
go online.
Go online.
Whoops.
What do you have in your inventory?
Mail and the newsreader. And disconnect. Let me see if I can talk to Sheffy about the...
If I remember correctly, we're supposed to store the malware in something.
Sheffy, you're...
Why can't I put metal in the recycler?
There
Why
we
can't
go.
I put metal in the recycler?
It might be dangerous. at the request of
Newton Civic Housing Services.
You've been limited to plastic utensils. But isn't plastic great? It's so easy to get clean.
But what if I want something stronger, like steel? That heavy protein mash bends the fork sometimes.
Sorry, no can do. I'm not just a chef. It's my job to keep you safe.
How do I shut you off?
How would I stop you stopping me? I need a fork.
Why would you want to do that? Don't you like me? I just want to make sure you're eating right.
So, you object to me smashing you open?
It takes some pretty serious damage to do that. I'm tough. Only qualified THE systems technicians can get me open.
Looks like messing with your software is my best bet then.
All right.
Will
All
the
right,
machine
she
work
is annoyed. Okay.
Maybe we should go to the food
work
machine
without you?
in the real
an
world.
accident, the machine will continue to dispense. We don't want you starving in an emergency now, do we?
Okay, so we can somehow disconnect her and the machine will still work without her.
You're really, really annoying. You know that?
Address all concerns regarding THE.
Avatar to 862.
Sheffy to THE.
Oh
Customer
no, really?
interactive
2 in
ratings.
1?
The HE Spoony one.
Ciao.
Bye!
Oh.
Okay, let's go to the food
when
machine.
when was this game made? How long ago?
2015.
No.
2015.
Not
Boy,
unless I
Bai
want to wake
Yi has been around for a long time. There's something we want to do something with the food machine.
Okay. All right.
Wait, we have a donation from Forky.
Forky.
Forky tipped $25. Well, if it isn't my arch nemesis Spoony. I expected you sooner after my absorption of Knifey. No matter. You will be a part of the Cutlery Collective soon enough. I'll be waiting here.
Never.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Oh,
Wait.
memory eject.
Exactly.
Eject memory.
Forky.
Mm-hmm.
Good eye, good
Wow.
eye. Picked up
So
memory
now, let's hack some food machines.
module. That is incompatible with memory module. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Malware. It's even infected the little memory drive.
Hi there!
Hey, you want this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can only receive updates from THE Foods home server.
Do you take new data any other way?
If you want to use new recipes, there's always memory cartridges. Just load it into your THE.
Oh my
Seems-
god.
It seems that
Yeah.
Paul's favorite
Sounds
part
simple enough.
from this game is the THE single.
Yeah, you can only go to that well so many times.
I'm gonna use the THE jingle for our widgets.
Yeah, there you go.
See, everyone hates this character. She's my favorite thing of this game so far.
CWC.
Wait, Paul hated Stan, so, you know.
Oh, I had a tough to understand.
You load the memory module into the machine. After a few moments, it begins to glow, indicating a successful connection.
All right. I think we're getting close to getting out of the door. Looks like the door. That looks like it's glowing over to the right. Has that always been like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, going back up.
Now let's see how she plays now that she's infected.
Sheffy, your interactive guide to THE Foods Auto Meal Sweets.
What's on your recipe card
What's
now,
on your recipe
genius?
card now?
I see there's some new recipe data. It looks like...
Nice. Very short-circuiting. Boom. Oh, Sheffy, we're gonna miss
Virus
you.
was writing that email is doing some damage.
Oh, don't worry.
You
She'll be
look so
back.
Sounds more like you need someone to put you out of your misery.
What about the trays and forks? Why can't I put metal in the recycler? You don't look good.
You
I think
don't
Paul
look
wants
so
to
good.
ask, how do I shut you off?
That's nice. What about your...
I'm the chef!
Yes?
I'm the chef!
How do I shut you off?
How would I stop you stopping me? I need a...
Yeah? How about I stop you stopping me stopping you?
Then I guess I'd have to stop you stopping me stopping you stopping me?
You're safe! Dance!
This is good. I like it. I like that. It's the HAL shutdown.
Technocrat Games, I think you should make a Chefy
Ciao.
spin-off just for Paul. I'll back it on Kickstarter.
Okay, let's try messing with the food machine again.
I guess we were supposed to tell her we didn't like her food. User safety settings enabled. Unable to produce metal utensils due to danger of harm. Please consult your Auto Meals AI for further information.
Hey, we're not children. How's the suicide rate?
So she says that every time we're...
I guess I gotta talk her out of it then.
I wonder if there is a world outside this apartment.
I wonder this all the time in the real world.
How do I get trays and cutlery?
Fuck!
Yes? And the trays?
Please!
Not sure she's gonna be much help anymore.
Why
Now
can't
say
I
you don't
put
like her
metal in the
food.
recycler?
Okay.
Right underscore said underscore Brett tipped $3. Does the spoony one actually play the lute, or is he a pseudo bard?
I don't have a lute. That I've always wanted to learn, but finding an actual authentic type of medieval lute is actually rather difficult, not to say expensive. There is a thing called a lute guitar, which is basically just a guitar shaped like a lute that I've wanted to get, but again, expensive. But I would love to take lessons and learn how to play, actually, for once, to kind of live up to the name, yeah.
Has that been something you've chatted about in the past? Something you've been interested in?
No, not really.
Okay. Thanks, right, said Brett. All right, let's say we don't like her food. Somebody
I
said
don't
we
like
should
your
say
food.
that.
I like your face!
Ouch!
All right. Now, we want to shut her... If I'm not mistaken, we shut her off. We can then somehow get
How would
access
I stop
to
you
making
stopping me? I
a
need a
steel
fork.
fork, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How about I...
Then I get...
I feel like we're just in a loop here.
That is so wrong.
Great show, guys. Spoony, the beard suits you, dude. Slightly smiling
you.
face scissor.
Thanks. Thanks, Banana TV.
Tell the knight about her. Ah,
Ciao.
the knight might kill her.
Yeah, we want her to
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
go away anyway, right?
Let's do
yeah,
that.
Let's do that.
Forsooth, who wouldst summon the guardian of thine abode?
Chefy's sick.
I think Chefy the chef's come down with something.
The steward harbors a blight? Zounds! This shall not be allowed to continue! Foul harbinger!
Fight!
There are grave accusations of treason upon your head, steward! Stand and face me! We shall see what trial by combat makes of you!
I'm sorry, I don't quite...
Have at thee!
Well, that takes care of her.
This is not... I don't know. I had no expectations, but I did not expect a virtual knight to face off with a virtual chef.
Ah, we got it.
We got ourselves... Okay. Man. Nice.
Recycle our trophy.
Oh, you gotta put the trophy in there to get them out. Gotcha. Did you figure that out? What made you... I would not have thought of that right away.
Well, the chat helped me figure out the knight would kill Sheffy.
Okay.
But otherwise, that's, yeah, I got this.
Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, it's your own brain. Full metal. After a few moments of mechanical protest, the machine eventually gives in. Man, we can get it.
Picked up metal tray, metal fork.
Has there ever been a game that the whole
tipped
object
$15,
of the game?
So the solution to the puzzle was just to axe the knight. That pun was lame. Good night, everybody.
To axe
the knight. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Nice, Swex. Appreciate it. Is there a game that's been out there where your only job is to just get out of the first room that you were in? That would be interesting.
Phantasmagoria.
Yes. Yes.
No, that had more.
The entire game, yes. Well, there's escape room games. Like games called escape room games.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
That's the entire guess. But there's one game I played called Safe Cracker, which is essentially just like one room full of safes that you have to open.
Oh, that sounds fun. Did you like that?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Yeah, it was I'm not sure if it's on Steam or not, but I remember playing it a long time ago.
Safe Cracker, great.
Got it.
Boom.
Zap.
Would be. So
game over.
Look at that.
Oh,
nice
we
done.
died.
What? That's all right. We're an hour in and we got out of the room. Okay, now we're back to this guy.
Well, I think we did die. Holy shit.
Okay, is that what's going on there? Is that part of? Did we create that from?
I hope we didn't, but I think the blonde guy did. He certainly knew it was coming.
Achievement unlocked. Prisoner of consciousness.
Well done for us.
What was? Okay, well, what do we do?
Finish
20
the
hours
chapter.
earlier.
20 hours
This
earlier.
Is it.
Ooh.
Animus Organics. You think Central's right on this one?
I still don't think an AI, however powerful, could predict a crime like this.
However, if it does help us catch the mindjacker.
Central hasn't exactly been generous with the details. I don't really think we're gonna find anything here. There are other, stronger leads we ought to be chasing. Hey, Loud.
Yeah?
I've lost count of the number of times the mindjackers struck.
In Newton or globally?
Oh, just a figure of speech. He's been on the rampage for too long, but now he's in our territory.
Should give us the advantage.
Previous mindjackings.
At least we've managed to link the previous mindjackings to one suspect.
It's the MO. Historically, mindjackers have used some kind of external gear. They use another system to extract, before storing it in their own neural tissue.
So they'd need a terminal.
Which is usually how we catch them. It's conspicuous.
But are mindjackers not behaving the same way?
No. His tools appear to be built into his own bodily wetware system. Some kind of resonance imager in his body, maybe.
Whatever it is, it's less invasive as well.
Exactly. His victims suffer massive hemorrhages, but no external injuries. State of the art, but a dead giveaway.
Did you ever play Ripper?
No, not yet. I've heard about it a million times, and I know that it was made around the same time as Phantas 2, and it's got all the big stars in it. But no, I've never played it. You did a sting of it, yeah?
Yeah. So this case reminds me of the Ripper case, where this guy is using the internet to kill people somehow.
Okay, so I have a question for both of you. So honestly, I immediately once I start hearing what's the word, the exposition like that, those long exposition information, I immediately check out. I just stop listening altogether, and I know that that's partly why I don't get very far in these games. Do you focus in right away because you know that that's what you're gonna need, that information you're gonna need later on?
It's a little weird to hear you say that, especially considering you were the one who's so methodical at searching every room for every aspect of.
It's true. It's a bit of a dichotomy, but I guess I just don't like being force-fed information. I like being able to go look around and find it. But once they start telling me all this stuff, but anyways, at that point, I also start looking at the chat, and I get a little distracted.
If it comes up naturally in the conversation, then I focus on it because I like the fact that it came naturally in a conversation. Because when you talk to a person, you don't usually say, "Hey, Dana, my sister, this and that. Usually call her by her name, and that's it. You're not aware that she's my sister up until it comes naturally in the conversation. But when the exposition lets you know who that person is and how many years you haven't been in contact with him and the whole story, then I usually focus on the fact that it's pretty obvious that it's exposition.
Yeah, I guess I just don't like being forced that information. But anyways,
so far,
okay.
This game's been. Do you think this game's been good about that or bad about that so far?
Pretty good. There's only been a couple moments where, but like we're at a brand new scene now, and of course we need to kind of figure out who and where we are, and I'm liking it.
Okay.
So, Central predicted our mindjacker was going to strike here.
You don't trust it?
I just don't understand how it came to that conclusion.
Obviously, we're doing our jobs right. We collect data, which Central interprets. Based on that data, it maps a pattern.
But why isn't it a pattern that we could see?
It's not only us. Central's got all of the city, the whole net to draw on.
But it won't tell us how it's come to the conclusion where the mindjacker will strike. Does it think we can't understand? Is it
Yes.
Shazam tipped $3. This guy is unbelievable.
Feeling something?
Just be glad
that's a
we've got
reference to
an advantage
Ripper.
like Central.
Oh,
I still don't like it.
This guy is unbelievable.
Oh, that's great.
It's a line Christopher Walken says.
Okay, great.
This guy.
Animus Organics.
That's what the sign says. They're one of the city's largest computational biotech firms.
What do they make?
Wetware mostly. Wouldn't be grown here, probably in Eurofed.
This place is just the offices?
Regional headquarters, Central tells me. Do we know why it predicts the next attack will take place here?
It won't share that with us. Need to know. A high-tech firm like this must have secrets worth something to a mindjacker. Let me know if you find anything.
Will do, Regis.
I think that ever since Lost came out in 2004, TV shows have been better about exposition by the fact that they just add flashbacks instead of exposition, and it comes naturally to the storyline.
Hey, anyone there?
Doesn't look like anyone's around.
Unusual.
Do we know who we are yet? We're him.
We're cops. All I know is we're cops.
Okay, but an expensive-looking car sits on the road. If you were in a worse mood, you might be inclined to ticket it.
Reception elevator.
Moody tipped
Oh, wow, you're
$3.
controlling
Hey, Spoonie.
a duo.
One question. What's
The
a
elevator's
paladin?
locked. Panel says authorized personnel only.
I guess we need to find someone who counts as authorized, then.
He writes that Brett had a very good example of a bad exposition. Hi, Sarah, my sister. How's the cancer treatment going? Are you still with your abusive boyfriend? And did you ever find the artifact which you were looking for? This is the type of exposition we usually
Traveler. This is our phone, I guess.
Did you hear the comment? Did you hear the comment on your paladin response?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Contact, call out, call central. Call central.
This is Regis. Come in, Central.
Central standing by.
Status report, Central.
All operations within centralized emergency logistics nominal. Anti-civil activity index within tolerance at 0.004. Weather forecast, dry. Highs of 12 Celsius. UV index of 8.
Less general. Updates on the case?
Data, Dr. Regis.
Okay, thanks.
I'm a doctor cop.
You don't usually make predictions on high-level cases like this, Central. What's different about this one?
Limited progress was being made through conventional investigation. To expedite the investigation, I was tasked to provide more direct oversight.
Hey, are you saying we can't do our jobs right by ourselves?
I am a civic coordination AI, Dr. Regis, with responsibility for 9.4 million inhabitants. Slander of colleagues will produce no gains for the city.
Oh, yeah.
A fact which, on occasion, I would hope you would pay more attention to.
Central getting catty.
Yeah.
What do we know
by the way, I didn't hear this,
organics?
but Banana TV
Biotech
sent a
firm,
little donation
manufacturer
saying
of
she looks like the
computational wetware
Imperial
and other
chick from
biomechanical
Mando
products.
Season
First
3.
publicly traded stock in
Thank you,
August
Banana TV.
2044. Currently sitting board members include...
Okay, maybe that's a bit too much. Why do we think the mine
Yeah, I've totally
jackets are
checked
going to
out.
strike?
I'm not
The
listening to any
projection
of
has
this.
been based upon
I'll let you
previous
guys tell me what
targets.
happens later.
Using a Markov German distribution map, outlying variables can be...
Statistics aren't really my thing, Central.
You would have been unsatisfied with... It's beyond your comprehension.
I guess you're right.
If we'll tell you the plot now, then it won't come up naturally in a conversation. So it needs to come up naturally later on today.
Hey, Lau.
Yeah?
I'm not sure where to go here.
We'll do Regis.
Alexa hasn't advanced much then.
Yeah.
Right, true. Hey, thank you, Banana TV,
Dan
and
tipped
just
$10.
a
What's
message
the
for
better
all
Chris
you
Walken
all.
game performance, Ripper or Privateer 2?
Ripper or Privateer 2? I think Ripper is a better game. Yeah, I would say if I missed the first part of that question, but I think it was which do I prefer? Yeah, Ripper. Ripper's harder to get running, I think.
Yeah, that's the
especially
problem.
with today's machines, because it's so many discs. It's like 6 CDs worth of gameplay. I'm not sure if it's even on GOG.
No.
But Privateer 2 is easier to get running. It's definitely a worse game though.
And it
I'm gonna just
doesn't.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead, Paul.
Go ahead. No, I'm gonna. You finish that train of thought. No, I'm gonna zip onto something else.
I think that you can run Ripper with an emulator, and that's the issue with a lot of these games, the fact that you can run them nowadays. And even if you run them on your computer, they're pretty messy to stream because they mess up your resolution.
Yes. Yeah, Ripper was hard to record. I remember that one when I did it. This was a long time ago, though.
I just want to say thanks. The donations, really appreciate it. You guys are very, very generous. For those of you who have joined us for the first time, as I said earlier, the YouTube super chat will take it and we'll be grateful, but they do take 50% of your donation. And so if you are inclined to donate during the stream at all,
make sure this is
using
the car we
that
take out.
They're all the same, Charlie.
No, they're not.
coffee
This one's
down
mine.
below is going to give you 90%. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. We get up to. Are we going to spend the next hour trying to get onto the elevator? Do we need to get
Elevator
on?
controls? Oh, I see. Hang on. Let's
There
do
we go.
this. Oh!
Ooh! Whoa! I was not expecting that. That was
unexpected. See,
that was great, and I mean horrible, but
pretty realistic.
Yeah, unexpected. This
Looks
man,
like they rotoscoped an actual
of a
human
long
being
drop.
dropped.
But from where?
Thank God it wasn't my car.
Wow. Okay. All right. Let's. We got some work to do here. Forget the elevator.
What'd you find?
I like
security
Tipped
card.
$3.
This man was
We miss
custodial
you,
staff,
Spoonie.
a janitor.
Come back
Probably
with
not on
videos
my-
soon.
Said, we miss you, Spoonie. Come back with videos soon.
Mindjacker's target, then.
Still, I don't think this was an accident. We need to find out what's going on here.
Sneed tipped $3. If I sell seed and feed, then what would Chuck sell?
What? If I sell seed and feed, what would Chuck sell?
I don't know.
Oh,
Someone mentioned Star Trek org, that it's messy to run. I have the Star Trek Klingon FMV game, which is also
That one is really hard to get running. I never managed to get that one going.
the Klingon one.
CJ tipped 20 pieces 08. Cool, some goop.
That
Thanks,
body
CJ.
on the sidewalk.
That
So
would have
once-
been a long fall.
Once I'll get Star Trek Klingon running, then we might play it.
Let me know if you find anything.
I'm
We'll
sure
do
Paul
Regis.
will appreciate the fact that they're speaking Klingon for the entire game.
Oh.
At least there's no exposition.
Exactly. I'll be much more fascinated. But I like that you're at the moment anyway. You are manipulating two characters at the same. Yeah. They're a team, and you're.
Right said
That's
Brett tipped $3. Not to
Oh,
get
goodness,
too
you guys are
soppy,
so-
but I simply must say to all three hosts, Paul, Daniel and Spoonie. Thank you so much for helping me to get through some rough times in life. You've made my life significantly less miserable than it need be. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
RSP.
Right Said Brett,
Appreciate
and
that.
thanks for sharing.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's try calling Central and reporting the dead body.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah, thank.
This is Regis. Come in, Central.
Central standing by.
Central, we have a bystander casualty. Doesn't appear to have been mind-jacked, so it may be unrelated. Still.
A most troubling turn of events.
That's
How does he know he wasn't
This
mind-jacked?
is, after all, an unexpected variable.
Girl fan tipped 20 pieces 08. Love the channel.
Girl fan, thank you.
An
Thank you.
unexpected.
Man, thank you.
A man is dead, Central.
And as a result, probability projections have become less stable. Proceed with caution, Dr. Regis.
Okay, I guess we'll just leave it here
Regis
then.
out.
I think all the more reason we got to get in that elevator and go up.
Key card.
Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, was that his key card?
Yeah.
All right. He proved
It's
useful.
unlocked floor 26 for us.
Must be where its owner was working.
Nice.
No.
Oh, cool. We got the elevator perspective. Nice. Ooh. That's a hint.
A clue.
There's a clue. Oh, another one.
Damn it all.
Burns all around the planar nodes and his wetware wiring. Yeah, this is our mindjacking victim.
Central was right.
The attack was recent, maybe minutes ago. The mindjacker was probably interrupted by the janitor who ended up on the street.
There's only one other way out of here. To the roof. We need to get up there
Okay.
before he escapes again.
So once you stop, don't. So now that I decided not to listen to any of the exposition, I want one of you to tell me who's the mindjacker. What do you know so far about the mindjacker and what she does?
Well, we're presuming the mindjacker is that blonde guy we saw at the very beginning of the game,
Okay,
who was overlooking the building as it blew up.
right. And he has
that's pretty much
headaches. But who was he talking to at the beginning?
We don't know.
Okay,
That we
so
don't know.
he's tapped into some other source that isn't. Maybe it's the same source that we're all tapped into right now. But okay. And right now we got two simultaneous stories going. We got the gal who's living in the Matrixy world, and then we've got this duo detective team. Okay.
Our two cops here.
I like that they just. Is she just pacing and waiting for us to go? Is that
Yeah.
how it's moving? I love it. That's
His
great.
ID badge says
search the
Gerbo,
body.
Avery. He's an HR supervisor.
If the mindjacker's in corporate espionage, it's a pretty strange target.
Have Central run his data. See if it can flag anything.
How do they know the mindjacker's out there? He's been on the loose for a while now.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of victims. They said there's been a number of cases worldwide.
Okay.
Zchwex tipped $10. I'll link that last dono to tap it to completion. I'll validate it with a question. Spoonie, if you were a triple triad card, what would your numbers be? Robert Willing tipped $3.
It wouldn't be a very good
Hey
card.
Spoonie,
But,
been a long time fan. So glad to see you're doing better. Question, what is the most infuriating puzzle you've ever had to solve in an adventure game?
The monkey wrench.
The monkey wrench? It would have to be in a Monkey Island game.
Thus
to be
the
certain.
monkey wrench.
I'm not sure it'd be that particular one, but it's definitely. I think it would be.
You mentioned the spitting contest once.
There's a spitting contest. That one's in Monkey Island 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's one where you have to get a gold tooth out of a guy's head.
Yeah, that's a curse.
Yeah,
And you have to give him bubble gum, but like helium bubble gum.
that's in 2. That's in. Yeah.
That's in 3. Yeah.
In 3.
So a
okay.
helium bubble gum, and then you
Granddaughter
need
tipped
to
5 pieces
go
of
out the
8.
window.
Thanks for the great
Then it
quality
goes out the
content.
window,
Keep it up.
pops, and lands in a mud puddle, and you have to get out of the mud puddle somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one
That
scarred
one-
me.
We also got the one question about the triple triad, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what tell me what the reference is to first before you.
That's a reference to a review I did called Final Fantasy VIII. And Triple Triad is a game they play within the game. It's a card game.
Gotcha.
And so my numbers wouldn't be very good. I'd probably say they'd be all 4s all around, but I'm not sure. It wouldn't be a strong card.
It's called Triple Triad. That's the name of the game in there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, good. Thanks, all. You guys are being super generous. Let's get to this game.
They make real-life Triple Triad cards? I didn't know that. So, how do we... Active terminal. See what he's working on. Oh boy, more emails.
Who's this from? Atwood. R. Atwood. HR management. There's a time and place for the trance, and it's not up on the roof. Yes, it's private, but it's also extremely dangerous. Therefore, management's asked me to keep the roof access locked unless it's an emergency. FYI, trance cravings do not count as emergencies. Trance cravings. Seriously, Avery, you're great at your job, but you need help. All right.
Make statements to the press regarding product safety.
And she's walking outside the frame behind the email pop-up.
From Central, please be aware that tomorrow's midday UV exposure is... Okay, this is weather. Oh no, this person was engaged. Big congrats on the engagement. She's a really swell girl, and I know you guys are going to be so happy together.
Okay, so we need to find his fiance, and we need to go to the den.
And we also get the feeling this couldn't have been suicide.
No, I'm thinking this was a mind. What is it again? What is the
mind jacking?
I think this was a mind jacking. I'm feeling pretty confident. What do we got here? Oh, people we can call. Okay. Oh boy.
Yeah, phone list. Let's just go through the list then.
All right. This is another Phantas 2 moment here.
Know what time it is?
Sorry, wrong number.
Okay. Who was that? Did you just go did you just do it at the top? The first one was Arctis Dorset? Okay.
Atwood Roy.
I think I found the office manager's contact.
See if he'll help us. Remember, be consistent when you're talking to him.
Be consistent.
Who is this? Do you have any idea what time it is?
Mr. Atwood, my name is Dr. Regis. I'm an investigator for Cell.
What? I mean, well...
Just wanted to say thanks to Spoonie in person. I've been a fan for ages and he's been **** inspiration for my channel. Beard looks good, too.
Massive.
I love the asterisk. They just don't
the
don't
sense of
get
the ass.
Like
Thank you,
yeah.
Space Quest Historian.
Hey, thanks, Space Quest Historian.
Okay, so
we need to be consistent. Remember, I just need to ask a couple questions. There's some trouble at your office. It's an emergency.
Tip $5. This scene is starting to look like the office where I work on a Monday morning. Only with less bodies on the floor.
Only with more mind jacking.
We're on the trail of a dangerous felon. He's killed dozens before, and without your help, he's going to escape.
Oh God, what's happened?
Could you give us access to the roof?
We need
be consistent. So if you're playing good cop, be a good cop. If you're not, then not.
Well, the first one was, I think you want to be you were super direct. I mean, this is an emergency, and so I think direct is the way to go.
Two of your colleagues have been killed on site. We're tracking the murderer, and we're pretty sure he's fled to the
Follow
roof.
the exclamation points.
Yeah.
We need access to the roof as quickly as possible. What's the code for the access door in your office?
It's...
What? You want to wind up in jail too?
Yeah, that's consistent.
Want cell agents bringing you in as well? All this stalling, I might think you're working with the killer.
No, I just...
Quickly, what's the code?
It's
nice.
6167.
Thanks.
Boom, we bullied him into it. Nice work, Spoonie.
Thank you. Let's see. Excuse me.
I feel like Technocrat Games missed the opportunity to add some product placement here.
Excuse me, dead body. Granted. All right. Now let's go.
Do you want to keep looking around here?
I think I'm excited to go up on the roof. We can come back and check this out later.
See, Paul?
Come on, we've almost caught
But
up.
he did a great job of looking around prior to that. I was satiated. You would have gone
there's
up
our guy. There's
an
our guy.
hour ago.
The Mindjacker.
Freeze, cell agents.
Free cell agents. Oh wow, we're gonna have a nice. We're gonna have a fight.
This is
I think
shooting
you should just keep saying we're cell agents over and over again, and that will eventually stop him.
Yeah, I don't think we've identified ourselves enough.
Cell doesn't appreciate people shooting at its agents.
If you cut it out, maybe we'll put in a good word for you.
Good. Now say it again. Oh shoot! I wish we could.
We're
say
cell agents.
You keep shooting at one spot in the center of the screen.
Lay down your weapon and put your hands
That must
above
have
your
been fun to program.
Does that ever work?
Sometimes. It was worth a try.
There's no escape.
The only way off this rooftop is down, either with us or over the edge.
Frankly, the second one's fine by me.
Boom, boom. Oh, that's it?
He took option one.
Dang,
What?
he matrixed it.
Jetpack!
All right.
You didn't see a jetpack coming.
No, he didn't. Where did he get it? It wasn't on him when he went down. He must have found it on his way down.
Central, our mindjacking suspect has fled the scene by air.
Interceptors
What a lucky-
dispatched. Belcorp officers have arrived on scene at Animus. Please return to headquarters for debriefing.
Nuke it. We were so close.
Nuke it.
Nuke
All right,
it.
quite a thought before we. So, Technocrat, if you're still watching, it must have been really fun because this was made in 2015. And so to create a game that has this retro look, it must have been very fun for you to come up with the shooting straight ahead. What do we got here? So much going on here.
Remember my SWAT 4 training?
Navy and
I did a
Denver.
Let's Play of SWAT 4.
Thank
Are
you.
Sleeping on duty?
Sleep? No, I was trancing.
Maybe we should
For
play SWAT.
work, of course.
SWAT 1.
Dr. Lau was submitting her case report.
We were
SWAT
so
1, yeah,
close.
FMV game, yeah.
You found the aerostat he escaped to.
No records have been found of such a vehicle.
What?
Radar and air traffic records show no aerostat present at that time.
Where are we now?
And no communications
we're
traffic
at the
has
police
been
station.
identified
Yeah.
regarding the aerostat.
Maybe he deleted them? Covered his tracks?
That would require access to an improbable number of systems, including my own. Such an undetected intrusion into central systems is implausible.
Are you saying we're lying?
It is possible that you were mistaken. Human error. For the moment, you are advised to pursue other lines of inquiry.
If you say so. Something's going on here.
Something is going on here.
I spend
So
as much time as I
Technocrat
can
Games
working on
replied.
that. That's how I get results.
He said
It was a
it was a
combination,
combination. Yeah, go
of
ahead.
that and trying to balance the absurd demands I was making of Ben the artist.
Nice.
So let me ask you, you met your donation goal for today. What does that mean?
What does
Well,
that mean?
we're gonna have a raffle and we're gonna give away some games
Great. So when are you going to do that?
at the end of the stream.
Oh, at the end of the stream? Okay. All right. So let's check out the terminal.
Looks like Matthew Broderick.
It does.
We should ask Ben the artist if he used Matthew Broderick as reference.
6167. I'm just going to keep using 6167 for everything. Oh, it's nine question mark. So we need to come up with the question mark. How do we? It is very important that you download and activate this package in a secure location soon as possible. Tell no one. Lives depend on it. But first, we need to figure out what that extra...
Dan tipped 3 pieces of 8. Which game had the better Christopher Walken performance, Ripper or Privateer 2?
Was Christopher Walken in Privateer 2?
Wow.
If he was, I don't remember it. It was definitely Ripper, though.
In Ripper, did he have like what? I mean, he must have come in for an hour one day.
5 minutes of screen time.
No, he's all over that game.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Do you think it was like a 1 day session and they were able to just edit it? No? Do you think there was more?
I think he was there for at least I don't know how long it takes to shoot these things, but
enough
for more than a day.
Wow.
It's funny you should mention it because we have an FMV actor in this chat. We can ask him how long it takes to film these scenes. Paul.
He had all sorts of...
Okay. I'm like, wow, I'm looking at the chat. Like, who is it? He
has like a fight scene. He has a scene where he cuts himself with a knife.
Oh wow.
And there's like blood everywhere, so there's like a bunch of makeup done during his stuff. So yeah, he was there for at least more than a day.
Yeah, we have to tee that up. We'll make sure that's one of our upcoming games.
I love the fact that you were excited by the fact that we have an FMV actor somewhere around here.
I was very excited to meet the person.
Let's download the strange data to our terminal. Why not?
Yeah, Monk sounds good. If somebody can get us in touch with Mr. Walken, we'd love to have him on.
Oh, do you think he even remembers being in that game?
Wasn't it someone that we talked to not too long ago that maybe I read some... I was reading an article where people just don't remember.
A recommendation for some other cyberpunk-style point-and-click games. Snatcher and Policenauts. Some Kojima CL *****.
Some Kojima...
That's classics. Kojima classics.
Thanks, Patrick.
Dardarf tipped 5 pieces of 8. I love the stream. Great to see Spoonie again. Got into D&D thanks to him, and for my next campaign, we will do 3d6 in order.
All right. Sounds good, yeah.
My son has recently gotten a little bit into D&D with some of his friends, so I'm looking curious to see how far that will go. Are you still a big D&D guy?
Yeah. I play a game every couple weeks, so yeah, I still play.
Right. Is it a group that you've been with for a long time? Is it like
not really. It's only been a couple months. I only started playing it a couple months ago.
Nice. Enjoying it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I've been trying to get Robert Patrick for an interview, and he voiced the lead character from The Dig. Yeah. I'm not sure that he'll remember being in that game or joining us for an interview.
He might, because he was in that whole game. He was the main character, wasn't he? Yeah.
But he's done a few things since and before.
I mean,
well,
but I think he'd be interested just because you're asking him about something other than Terminator 2.
For sure.
But
some people have, when I did all the interviews for Phantas 2, reached out to all the people. Some people, like Gary Spinrad, remembered every single moment and connection. It was like yesterday. And there were other people like Paul Mitri, who played Trevor, who was like, he didn't remember anything. It was such a wash. His life was...
He didn't remember who you were.
He barely remembered who I was. Although we had worked together.
You barely remember who you were.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, yeah, I just think that it really has to do with long-term memory. Okay, what's going on? What's happening? Let's solve a crime.
Somebody was suggesting that you play Snatcher. That's going to be really hard to do because that's a Sega CD game.
Oh wow!
So Daniel will have his work cut out for him if he's going to try to get that one running. It's not impossible, but that would be tricky.
Okay. Information that we're not paying attention to.
This is exposition
Exposition that we're gonna just zip by and not even read anymore. Centralized ADM, okay. Dr. Regis.
Robert Willing tipped $3. I met Robert Patrick at a convention years ago, and he does remember. He was interested to talk about it then. Also, Spoonie, have you watched Vox Machina? If so, thoughts?
I have not watched that show. That's an anime, right?
Vox Machina.
I think it's an anime. Let's see.
Thank you for sharing that story. Now I'm gonna
let's find
get back to getting Robert Patrick on the show.
Lau.
Yeah?
The Mindjack. Let's find out
Do we
more.
have any ideas about our perp?
The fact that he's stealing data straight from living neural wiring is disturbing, but it tells us a couple of important things.
Oh?
Well,
where'd he get his
previously
jetpack?
caught mindjackers have usually burnt out after 1 or 2 attacks. Sharing a whole other's brain worth of data is pretty taxing.
So we're looking for someone with a really specialized wetware setup in their heads. Pity that won't tell us what they look like.
The other problem is how slippery this guy is. Only fragments of appearances on camera, no clear witnesses.
Which means he's either a master of disguise,
or there's some pretty high-up collusion to hide him. That wouldn't surprise me if he were a business hire.
Still, after this many hits, he may start to slip.
Even if it's just his psyche breaking.
That is so wrong.
How about a pulse-pounding game of Gone Burden next, gentlemen?
Gone Burden.
That's a game of it's a VCR game. I did a series of reviews, very short series, of games that use the VHS tapes as a means of conveying information. So like there was Clue and
what?
And there was a Star
so
Trek
how do
game
you progress? Because in Laserdisc games, you skip to the next chapter or you skip to a certain chapter. So in VHS tapes, they tell you fast forward to 50 minutes or...
No, typically you just leave the tape running and you play the game while the tape is running.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, Gone Birding was a really, really boring bird identification game. Well made, actually, for what it is. If you're into bird identification, that game is for you.
Yeah, and they're out there, right?
And they're out there. They're out there. So I didn't want to rag on the game too much because for what it is, if you're an enthusiast, perfect. It's a perfect game. Big if.
Right. Vox Machina, says Robert Willing, is a cartoon based on Critical Role.
Oh yes, I have heard of that. No, I haven't seen it, but I do know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep going here.
You don't like that Central's predicted this, do you?
It's not how investigations are supposed to be done.
Admit it. You're afraid your job's going to be stolen by machines. Kind of like weavers, factory workers, authors.
Just how old do you think I am? No, don't answer that. I just don't like having that key bit of information kept from me.
You need to learn to work with Central. It's not our enemy. It works for us as we work for it.
That's a good question. What do we do?
Got any ideas where we can look next?
I thought you were supposed to be the lead on this case. We could look into that other lead. What was his name?
Gil Vanderwall?
Yeah, that's the one.
Gil Vanderwall.
I thought Vanderwall made it pretty clear he wasn't going to speak to us.
Might just be the way you handled him. Tact is apparently not your strong point.
I like to speak.
Was that the one who gave us the pin code?
And see if he's more
no,
open
I don't
to
think
persuasion.
so.
He might cooperate if you're not there threatening him with physical injury.
He's a
I don't think we've interacted with this guy yet.
He deserves worse.
But if he can
she's assuming.
Right. See what you can do.
Maybe she's a mindjacker. She
Looks
knows
like we
what
found our
happened
latest
even before it happened.
Damn it. Why him, though?
I was wondering the same thing. We're
He did a
assuming
good
the
damn it there,
mindjacker's a
didn't he?
data
To have that.
thief. The usual MO would be to target valuable info he can sell on the black market.
But this guy, he was an HR administrator.
Apparently a very good one, but not the kind who'd be let in on company secrets.
We'll just have to ask the mindjacker when we catch him.
Okay.
Wetware, huh?
Yeah, specifically for forming neural connections between systems. The blue stuff. The nanomachines keeping the modern world running.
It's funny. When I think nanomachine, I picture tiny gears and turbines, when really they're just bits of proteins and macromolecules.
They still perform all kinds of mechanical tasks, just smaller.
I guess I'm technically more of an expert in them than you are. I used to make them for a living.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know what to do with them anymore. Organic computing, that's my field.
Let me know if you find anything.
I want to hear it. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I just see if they could have done that for a while.
One of Central's fisheye cameras. Someone has covered it in tape.
Okay, someone's covered that up. Right, said Brett mentioned just how how cool the developers wants to give props to the developers of this game, and I agree. It's really it's fun. I'm looking forward to
the fact that they're so open to live streamers and stuff like that. That's really cool too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go outside then.
So that's the beauty. That's what I like. I like people who are embracing their past. So Robert Patrick, for example, I didn't know if he still thinks of the Dig. Yesterday, I interviewed Kyle Baldo, who's the director of the Minions, and I asked him about his credit on Grim Fandango, and he didn't even remember that he worked on Grim Fandango.
That must have been a short interview.
What do you remember about Grim Fandango? Nothing. Okay.
It's nice talking to you.
That's a wrap.
Locked. Dr. Santiago.
Oh, now we're down. We lost our partner. I wasn't sure who we were going to be in charge, in control of. Control saw Diego's opinions. It looks like Dr. Preston's the only one in the office. You'd rather avoid another sermon on the merits of centralized government. Okay. That really, the sound effect sounds like someone just making that noise with their mouth. Not that one, but the pss. Oh, we got a little nervous kid in the corner here.
Hey, kid.
Question mark, question
all
mark.
right?
No, I'm scared.
Hey, kid. You all right?
That's all we get?
Clearly not. Let's zap him with a gun. Wait, data package.
Here. Central sees everything in this building.
Okay. Maybe walk over to him?
Whoops.
Hey,
Sorry.
you're done. That's right. Screw it.
Well, the only place that we can't see is in the office, which somebody's taped over the camera. So I guess we'll try in there.
Why'd that guy walk in there?
I have no idea.
Regis and Lau's office.
She's sleeping on the job, I swear.
Yeah, she was. Her head was on the desk.
But I know Central would hear everything in cell headquarters.
Maybe we should leave the building.
I guess so.
Really? Okay.
Hi.
It's getting busy. Hi, Frank.
Wow.
Nice.
Look at the
I didn't
lighting on
quite
the
mean
car.
go that far out of the building, but okay.
Hey, it's better than
Is
that.
anybody else like wondering about the little kid? I mean, I know we'll get back to that eventually, but why didn't we get an answer?
When people worry, there's always something they find to help them. Drinking, the trance, even God sometimes. Me, I've got a place I like to go to. It's helped me when I've been troubled in the past.
It's my local bar.
Better
Man,
not move it. It's where it ought to be.
not even having to glance for a moment, those words are etched in a memory deeper than anything else. What words?
Aw.
Ozzy Astaroth tipped 10 pieces 08. Here are some buckazoids. My bet is on Kelly or Kathy Lee being the mind ripper.
Thank you, Ozzy.
Here goes nothing.
It's not going to be Kelly. She wasn't around at that point, or was she?
Dr.
Yes, she
Regis.
Yes.
Hey,
Regis?
What the?
Central's still giving us a negative on the aerostat. It's like
Where
it
did she
just
come from?
vanished. So I thought I'd better give you a heads up.
Do you mind? I was in the middle of something. How did you find me?
Central told me you'd be here, at Fulcrum Tower. Also, it said, stop turning your traveler off.
What a surprise. I like my privacy, though. That's why I come here.
You hang around the balconies much?
Take a look at the plaque.
Viksha Regis, beloved... Oh, Regis,
Yeah.
this is... I'm sorry, Charlie, I didn't know.
You wouldn't have. I don't tell anyone about it.
Wow. I know you've got some seriously high-up strings you can pull, but I didn't think they'd ever let someone be buried up here. And how the hell can you afford somewhere like this?
She didn't stay very reverential for long. She went straight.
She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Anyway, how do you afford to dump like this?
Yeah.
You're right, though. This place is very expensive. Why do you think I live in a pod in the Southeast Barrel?
I didn't know that was where you lived either.
There's a lot you don't know about me.
Yeah.
What's my partner's name?
She was
Lau.
processed, like anyone else.
I see.
The tree's special, though. I made it myself, from scratch.
Planted and grew?
No, made. It's a cross of Chrysophyllum caneto and Prunus cerulata. The junk DNA in every cell of it contains her entire genome.
Wow.
Takes a lot of looking after.
But you're doing it for her.
Makes it all worth it.
Is that mumbo jumbo chrysosymodini, or is that real? Is that a real thing?
I don't know.
We were married
Combining
for 4
genome
years.
with a tree.
I'm sorry it couldn't last.
We met in our professions. She was a engineer as well.
You didn't have kids?
Engineer. Work. Well, it left both of us infertile. We had embryos prepared through IVF, but we never got to using them.
I'm really sorry. I remember reading... It was Baxter, wasn't it?
Don't push it, Dr. Lau.
Sorry. I think I figured out why you went off the grid to come up here
just
tonight.
do some more
You heard
banter.
about Baxter, didn't you?
They let a monster like that walk.
They didn't parole him because they approve of what he did. He's out because he's got skills Central thought would be useful. With a governor
Baxter
jammed
is
in his
the
limbic
mind
system.
guy.
Well, he won't be the same man.
Mind hacker.
He can't even imagine hurting anyone again.
Even if it were completely true, I know that there is absolutely no way I could forgive him.
On the bright side, he'd probably be pretty mad at you too. Well, if he could have thoughts like that anymore without falling over and puking, you put him away, and that counts for something. I know it's not exactly normal for you to open up, but if you want someone to talk to,
Central wants us?
I'm afraid so.
Oh.
We better get going.
Wait a minute, I got a sense that there's some chemistry
You
between
coming?
these two. And she's got to get moving, Max. Just a minute, Max. I don't know. What do we do?
Damn it, Max.
That's a tough.
Just get moving. I want a moment
Still
to
need
reflect.
to see that thing.
All right, Regis.
Max, I'm sorry. That came out wrong. Things
No, it
haven't been
didn't.
going great today. Max,
Yes?
Nothing.
That's all right, Charlie. I understand. I'll be in the car.
They both had a wait
I can't
and
ask
nothing
for her
moment.
help in this. I'm not even sure what this is yet.
We need another shootout. Let's have a. No, what's
You
this?
are alone, as requested.
Yes? Now what is this about?
1448D-A, 1448D-B, 1448D-C, 1448D-E.
Excuse me?
All right, the good news, actor, you got yourself a voiceover gig. The bad news, you're just going to recite numbers.
1448. Stomach lurches as you recognize the image. You know them. You've seen them before, but you hadn't remembered them by number.
Oh, do we have a puzzle? Is this a puzzle?
No.
Whoever's scrolling you has 4 embryo containers, your own. Ooh.
What about them?
They were removed from the Alrasis Medical Center, originally deposited at 1615 on the 11th of November 2065. They have been fertilized by yourself and Dr. Viksha Regis. They were frozen at the earliest viable phase of growth. 3 are female and 1 is male. They were deposited after your fertility treatment proved...
Stop! Why are you telling me this?
He's gonna smash him.
What are you doing with my kid? My embryos?
You are about to meet with a contact, Giel Vanderwall. In his home is an active memory module, a most unique model. You will secure it for us. Further instructions will follow.
And what if I don't?
What if I...
That image could be a sim.
Apparently, you need more incentive not to waste my time.
Ooh! That's our... What is that? Is that our DNA? Was our
That's the fertilized embryos. Yeah.
Oh, right.
The
right.
embryos.
Remain. Do it quickly.
Jeez,
Your
that's
legacy
harsh.
is in jeopardy.
Oh, man. Little rip.
So you talked about reciting numbers as a voice actor, and Adacon13 said, "Look, as a freelance voice actor, I'll say we take what we can get, so long as it's on the resume."
We need someone good with numbers.
Yeah.
Let's get Adacon in there.
I was a voice actor on
in
Babylon,
mind,
Technobabylon.
Okay. And in your heart, giving in to blackmail like this would be the antithesis of everything you stand for, both as an agent of the law and as a human being. Oh, we have a conflict. On the other hand, you cannot bring yourself to risk a small part of the legacy that you worked for so many years to maintain. What is the legacy? It's his kid.
Can accept that.
Yeah.
How important is it that you have kids? Is that really what's...
So, despite the incident at Animus, I may have some good news. We might have a break in that string of myjackings.
Vanderwall agreed to talk.
Are we in the car together, or is she talking to me over
out forever?
I think we're in the same car. Well, actually, I don't know, because how'd she get here otherwise?
Lau?
Central wants a word.
Dr. Regis, Dr. Lau.
This isn't just a social call for an update, is it, Central?
Dr. Regis, lately you have spent a great deal of your time off network. It is for your safety and that of the citizens that we...
Central?
All points motion, evacuation in progress at Barber's Gate Transit Station. Case officers Regis and Lau assigned to crisis management.
What's happening at the...
All case data has been transferred to Dr. Lau. Your vehicle has been rerouted. Please seek an expedient resolution to the situation. Central out.
Business-like as ever. Let's go see what this is about.
Are we supposed to go to the den? What happened to the den?
To the dentist.
Oh, wow. Passion. Harbor's Gate.
Sir, over here.
I'm Dr. Regis. This is Dr. Lau. We've been assigned as crisis management.
Corpsman Durian, 4th Network.
Has it gotten any worse?
Not yet, but we've not heard any word since...
Hey, I'm the only one here who hasn't got wiring in his head. Central hasn't had the decency to update me.
Oh, sorry, Charlie.
Well, it's another one, sir.
Another what?
A, bomber.
Another one? How did we pick him up? Background?
What do you mean, another one?
This is like the 4th this year I know of. Central's been doing its best to keep public awareness down.
I guess it doesn't want public panic about it.
Or it doesn't want people to think we haven't got it under control. So how do you know about it?
I talk to people? I've got a social life, unlike someone.
Central marked him when he tripped a chroma sensor. Central locked down the trains and started an evacuation. It looks like he panicked and holed up in one of them.
Hostages?
Anyone in danger? Any hostages?
Central's not mentioned any in the case file. That either means there aren't any,
or it doesn't consider them sufficiently important. Probably wants the transit running again more than it cares about human life.
Sounds like he was surprised. Didn't have time to take any.
He's not thinking in terms of hostages. He was made as a weapon.
Regis?
Explosives are made of... They are his bones. That's how
What?
he tripped a DNA sensor.
How did that happen?
How did what happen?
How do you get your bones made into explosives?
Oh, you guys were listening to the exposition. Good.
He's tuned out.
What's your take on it, Dr. Lau?
Honestly, it's looking pretty lousy for him. Doesn't look like he's got any human shields. I doubt an empty transit station was his intended target either.
Very astute.
Charlie, you're not gonna like this. Central's just bumped the priority. It wants the suspect neutralized.
What?
I'm gonna try to talk him down.
Neutralized is a vague term. I'm gonna try to talk him down.
Regis?
It sounds like he's hesitating. I may be able to exploit that, but just in case, get to high ground.
Fine. You probably know what you're doing.
Neutralize isn't a vague term.
Don't fire until you hear me
I'm
say
trying to get
that.
to the point where we can play something on
Keep
the game.
Public away and run one more check for bystanders in the station. We can't afford casualties if this goes wrong.
See, this is okay. I remember this part from the game. This is where I screwed it up.
Find out.
Okay.
Wish me luck.
I think I tried talking him down and he exploded.
Okay. I'm excited for the next stage of gameplay, which is where we're getting to right now. So this is him out on this is a
Who's there?
subway, right?
I just want to talk. I'm unarmed and I'm opening the doors.
Oh, and this is where you
Yeah, I
What
tried
do
to
you
talk him
want,
out of blowing himself
heathen?
up, and I didn't do it right.
The sight is distressingly familiar. The brace, the weakened bones, the signs of tampering, and a young man that bring back memories long buried. Seems that the best hope would be to leverage what you know about him, try to find some common ground. Hey, you sound American. I'm here to resolve this. You're under arrest. Maybe that's what you chose.
I sound American.
You sound like you're from America. Am I right? Texas, I'd guess.
Yes, you're right.
I thought so. I grew up there myself, near Fort Worth. What part do you hail from?
Houston.
I can remember what it's like out there. It's part of why I came here in the first place.
I kind of want to see what happens if he
Some folk
kills
call me
himself.
Charlie.
See, he's morbidly curious.
Saint.
How I
Nice to meet you all, Thomas.
What are your demands? You're surrounded.
By whom?
Are we trying to save this guy, or are we trying to get him blown up? Let's. Get
Well,
that
I want you to save him because you already blew him up once, and it's nagged you for years. So let's rectify this situation.
How do you like the
Well,
city?
we'll try.
It's a wretched den of sin, like Sodom or Gomorrah.
Well, it's not my favorite, but I wouldn't go that far. I take it you're not here as a tourist.
I'm here to do my duty and strike a blow for the Lord.
Really? We're a long way out from the war here. Whole other continent, in fact.
Does anybody ever compare Sodom to anything other than
Now
Gomorrah?
I'm surrounded, and I must make use of what I have. The fire within me.
How's the scoliosis?
You need medical help. You're not going to last long.
Yeah, I think scoliosis. I want to hear that. I think that it's going to make him feel heard.
How's the scoliosis?
What?
And the osteoporosis, the rickets, and the diabetes.
How do you?
It's a common side effect of sloppy prenatal genetic engineering. That and having your body lay explosive nitrates in your bones instead of calcium.
It's a test of our faith. Only the truly worthy who can.
It shows just how little the engineers who made you cared about your health. They made you to walk and to carry a bomb in your bones. The fact that you're a living, feeling, thinking human was merely an inconvenience.
Uh-oh. Is this
Wait,
going to
you
be...
didn't save before the conversation.
I know.
Wait, what happened?
I didn't save before the conversation.
I'm in position.
Okay.
Visibility good. 0 crosswind. Standing by.
There have been times when I've lost faith, but I can't
We're gonna
let
do
this be one of them.
I've had experience with you guys. You're trying to work out your next move.
Hope.
Hope? Okay, sure.
What?
Hope.
What is hope?
I don't know. I don't know what to pick.
Just the first one.
Can we save? Choose the first one.
I've had no. That doesn't seem right. You're trying to work out your next move. I think that's more. That seems more. You're giving him. The other two are telling him what he is.
Okay, that guy looks like
you do
Mads
it,
Mikkelsen
Daniel.
for
You
sure.
do it.
Let me save the game first. Blow up. Okay.
Thank you. Who? Someone just gave us a little something and we missed it.
I'll let Daniel take the reins here. So go ahead.
I used to work with guys like you a whole lifetime ago.
The Lord's warriors?
Something like that. Kids who'd been altered, weaponized youth. You've grown up with so many health problems, groomed since birth for a noble sacrifice. But does this seem like the glorious role you were promised?
It is my duty to God to sacrifice myself.
In an empty transit station, thanks to a piece of bad luck?
This wasn't where I was supposed to go. But even the original
You're getting to him.
doesn't seem to fit with God's plan. But if I agreed to go with you, I'd have failed in my duty. I'd just be a prisoner in a strange land.
For the Lord hears the needy and does not despise his own people who are prisoners. Psalm
Ooh,
69, verse 33.
You're right.
Heck, mate.
Always
Wherever I
good to
am,
have a little
I'm
Bible
always
quote
in the
in your
Lord's
arsenal.
sight.
There are more ways to do his work than destruction. We can help you find it. We can probably even fix your bones.
All right. I shall not resist.
Thomas,
You did it.
you've made a wise
You did it.
choice. More importantly, you've made it for yourself.
Well, actually, we had some help. Nice work, Daniel.
Corpseman, the suspect is surrendered. Take him into
Right,
custody.
give it back to Noah.
Carefully.
Yes, Doctor.
No, has.
Regis, that
Even
was
the game-
amazing. Central's going to be pissed, though. That was a huge risk.
Screw Central. Come on, we've got work to do. The Corpseman can handle it here.
Yeah, with a little help from the bomb squad.
This is like
Or
Back
Matt.
to the Future, Noah. In the past, You made him blow up himself, and now we saved him. So we changed the course of history.
We got an achievement, yeah.
That thing again.
So, Vanderwall
Is it a
finally
Roomba?
agreed to cooperate?
Yep, said he could give us a head start on the minejacker.
We'd better not keep the man waiting then.
I remember this is all before the first part of the game that we played. This is all like 30 days earlier or something.
I think it's 20 hours, but yeah.
Yeah, 20 hours, 30 days.
Okay, I got control again. Okay, good.
That's
Dock
me,
in the wall.
Curtis Craig.
Spoonie, we love you, and tell Burton I said what up. Eternal love.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, bud. Thanks, Earth Singularity.
Right, said Brett, tipped 3 pieces of 8. If Spoonie evolves like a Pokemon, does he become a spork?
Thank you, RSP. Appreciate it, man. Dock in the wall, where the autonomous vacuum cleaner gets its power and offloads its waste. There is a notice above it. The management thanks you for allowing the sanitation machinery and staff to continue their work by not obstructing the docks. These stations are for the use of custodial equipment only.
The janitorial drum patrols the hallways. Okay.
I don't get the appeal of this cubist stuff.
Looks more like abstract impressionism to me. A classic piece by Chandler, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, that's a lot less impressive when you can call up a search inside your head.
When you can Google with your mind.
I don't understand this art stuff, this cubist art stuff. My brother used to run an art
Vanderwall, you there?
studio.
You sure he's in?
He told us to meet
The
him
amount
here.
of people
Central
who came
hasn't
in and
logged any
said,
departures
especially
from
for the
this
modern art, the amount of people who would come in and say, I could do that, just was just so frustrating to him. Anytime you
running
can't
an art studio, yeah.
Yeah, well, not just that, but when art isn't, when it looks sloppy, or especially modern art, when it doesn't have
Oh yeah, like yeah, I know what you mean.
recognizable patterns or what have you, people just think that they can, they could just throw some paint on there and that would be the masterpiece. All right, go ahead, keep going. What's going on?
I've been guilty of that myself until somebody educated me. There's a YouTube channel called Great Art Explained that explains why certain paintings are so well highly regarded and stuff like that. Like, it gives you the history of the artist and stuff like that. It's actually it's a really good channel.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those too. What's it called?
Oh boy. Just Great Art Explained, I think.
Great Art Explained. Nerd Writer. That's another guy. I think it's Nerd Writer. He goes by, and he's has a YouTube channel. He explains. He'll break down great scenes in movies and great artist paintings and all kinds of things. I've always liked his work.
Mm-hmm.
So which types of explanations do they give over there? Because usually the artist's history doesn't have anything to do with the value of the art at present day.
Well, in terms of like Van Gogh, like Vincent Van Gogh and stuff like that, knowing his history is kind of critical to knowing what is going through his mind when he made the paintings and why he chose the subjects that he did and stuff like that. Explaining the Mona Lisa, you have to explain the type of job that he had to do when he was creating the Mona Lisa, like what his motivation for making it was. There's a lot to it beyond just the painting itself.
Yeah, that's so fascinating when you kind of know what the confines that they're working within and how they're able to kind of.
The context is key a lot of times when it comes to a painting.
Yeah.
So that's part of what makes that channel great, is what it explains. Anyway.
Let's go into it.
We haven't got time for this, Gil.
I don't think he's answering.
Shoot the door.
Yeah, we got a gun. We got a metal fork. We got all kinds.
We're going to have to try something else.
What do we got?
Well, I tried booting the door.
Yeah, I don't think we have a good kick mechanism here. Okay, I used what's the other thing? What's that?
Bolt gun.
Oh,
whoa!
there we go.
Check out Regis taking the Elliot Ness approach.
We don't have time to hang around outside. I'm just being expedient, as Central puts it.
Whatever. Vanderwaal's not going to be happy about you busting his door.
Regis is a rogue.
Out of control, Regis.
Yeah. Boom. It's still, he shot it and it still opens automatic. Wow.
Gail,
Oh, my.
you in
Oh,
here?
man.
Oh, excuse us, miss.
Is this what your
I'm
new
Dr.
kitchen's gonna
Regis.
look like,
this is
Daniel?
Dr. Lau. We're cell agents.
What
Miss,
the what?
are you all right?
Uh-oh.
I think it's a robot.
Oh, it's bloody. She's got all.
Regis, this is a synth.
Yeah.
The look
right,
on your
gotcha.
face is priceless. It's a very expensive one, but it's still a synth. And apparently out of charge.
Something else about it bothers me more.
I know. I sure hope that isn't blood.
Aha.
It
That's
probably
a
is.
very expensive synth they've got for a house girl.
Jealous?
She's not my type. What do you think they use her for?
They may be married, but I wouldn't put it past them using her for other things than cleaning.
Cooking.
There's a product marker on its back. S&S Synthetics.
They're not showing up on a
SN.
net search. Maybe
S&M
Vanderwaal
synthetic.
has more info on his terminal?
Good idea. We can see if we can get their help in extracting more from this machine.
See? I'm not just a pretty face.
Okay, so terminal.
Right.
Password.
Forgotten.
Our special. Hmm.
Rooftop. Commercial terminal. So we're not going to know that yet. Whose special place? This is Giel's special place?
Yeah. We don't know anything about him yet.
Yeah. Drinks machine. Let's have a drink. Let's
Howdy,
have some
partner.
cool
What can I get y'all?
Where's
I'd like-
Sheffy? I want to talk to Sheffy.
I'd like an Arnold Palmer, please.
They're
Yeah,
working on a
drink.
spin-off
On the
game.
rocks, twist of lime.
Regis?
Nice.
Fine. Make it 2.
He is really a rogue.
What do you do here then?
Why, I'm the bartender. I fix up drinks for the fine folk who live here.
Anything else?
Anything
That
else?
sounds like the same
Heck,
voice as the
drinks
guy
is
who
a
did all
whole
the
lot of
numbers.
stuff to know. Why, I'm the foremost expert on fine drinking in these here parts.
So if anyone wanted to know what to put
He sounds
into a
more
drink,
from Texas
They'd
than
come
the
to me,
Palmer
sure
guy.
as shooting.
Yeah.
There's been a bit of an incident. You don't happen to have seen what went on.
Hey, mister, I don't just go blabbing my customers' secrets like that.
He's bluffing. He never saw anything. You're just bitter you never left that wall.
Hey, it's a fine job I have here. I ain't seen nothing since Mr. Vanderwall got his wine out of the rack this evening.
All right.
I'll speak to you later.
I'll keep your tab open.
We get our vodka rocks?
We never did.
Oh, man.
It'd take
Wine
a
rack.
long
Wine.
time to get through all of that.
Oh, yeah, there
They've
we go.
got a
All right, well,
refined taste in wines, I imagine.
Actually, no. They're all either a couple of years old or fabricated.
Weird. Maybe they're doing something to the wine.
Like what?
Well, say they were also adding amphetamines to it, for example. If they accidentally ruined it, it'd be better if it was a cheaper wine.
Amphetamines with vodka.
Whoops, I forgot.
Connor, I
already.
think you for joining us, Connor. Hope you have a good one. Yeah, nice to have you here, bud.
Food machine. We could talk to Sheffy.
Oh man.
Does she come back? Are you serious?
Oh.
Hey! Oh,
That's it.
no.
What are you?
I'm Sheffy,
No.
your friendly food
Please
helper.
don't do it.
All right. What's this machine you come in?
This
Shoot it.
masterpiece is the THE Foods Gourmand Range Comestible Synthesizer.
We've lost him.
This thing's in sliced bread, which it even makes.
Sounds like it's trying too hard to be helpful.
I like helping. Helping is fun.
I think I got
I
one of
can't-
you at home.
I can't remember if I've asked what can you make already or not. It was literally just the last question.
What's the difference between you and the one I've got at home, the J115?
Oh, I'm much newer. My dynamic protein stereolithography system means I can make nearly
Much newer,
anything.
but just
I've
as
got
annoying.
So much more flavor treatment. I can make just about any taste you desire.
What if I
Can you make a
wanted some of that
chalupa?
protein slop that mine makes?
Ugh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. But how about some truffles?
It's a snob, then.
Hey, you're gonna not
Never
ask her what she can make good. Bye.
Fridge.
Is this refrigerator locked? Who the hell locks a refrigerator?
Maybe they've got really expensive tastes?
So he said, is this refrigerator? Then there was a ... locked. So my question is, did the actor take the little pause and then they added the ... dots later? Or was the actor told
No,
pause?
I'm sure that the subtitles are based on the script, and the script is what gave the voice actor the idea of...
Now, when you talk about the refrigerator, I want you to take a real pause right after. Is this... Before you say lock.
Action.
Well, how much the director may have had input? How much input did the director give you on Phantasmagoria 2? Did the director get like really up in your business about how to portray a scene, or did the director just let you work?
Yeah, most of the time, I think our director Andy was he had some sometimes people have very specific ways that they want something to be delivered.
Sure.
And they will do their best. You know, the whole idea in the acting world, which I don't really buy, but you're not supposed to ever give a line reading. I'm never I'm never supposed to say to you, say it like this, because that just takes the creativity away. I don't mind it so much, because if I can hear what you want, I can still try to interpret it so that it works for me too. But I don't know. In this situation, I imagine it was just the actor, making that choice, and then them adding the ... dots in the captioning. Ooh, let's go upstairs.
Jesus Christ!
Holy cow!
What the hell happened in here? Did someone get to Vanderwall before he could talk?
Maybe it's a domestic gone bad.
I love the contrast. Every time we see Sheffy, then we see blood immediately afterwards. Somewhere. Or people falling from the building.
Sheffy's the mind whacker. What is it? Mind jacker. Yeah.
The mind whacker. I like that.
The blackmailer. Okay, still, you need to find what they demanded before the whole apartment is picked apart by forensic drones. Can you go back? What was the first?
We
Is there a way to go back?
I couldn't. It said
we need to get a look at it.
It said the blackmailer
before
had
the
no
crime
idea
scene
this could have
people
happened
wreck
in the room before you got here.
All right. Well, I do want to say it's 2:05. We basically said we'd do a couple hours today. I can do another 10-15 minutes, but all right, how are you doing, Noah?
I'm doing fine. I'm good as long as you're good.
Okay, cool. So we'll do another 10-15 minutes, and then we'll do our Wheel of Curtis to give away some games. And then Noah, I think we've probably only gotten through maybe 15-20% of this game so far. But if you're interested in coming back, maybe we could do come back next week sometime.
Sure, yeah. Sounds fun.
Sweet.
Okay, so let's get through this conversation. We can save, and then you can do your thing.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'm not sure what the question was. I can't remember what she asked.
I'm not sure. Okay, it doesn't matter.
I'm not
sure that's a good idea. Central's already going to be pretty mad at us for the station.
I think the result you got will make up for that. If we do this, we can salvage any leads we find here.
I agree. We saved the life and stopped the bombing. I think Central will cut us enough slack.
Now we got to find some stuff. We can find some stuff. Let's.
Guys, this is a crime scene. You're stepping all over the evidence.
I know, she's all over the blood. She's
standing on a hand.
It would be great if, as she walked, more footsteps of her blood started to show up around the room.
Standing out from the festival of gore is a human hand.
It appears to be fairly intact.
I understand that she
not
has
to the body. Oh, he picked it up. You picked up the hand.
We gotta use it for the computer.
I understand that she has randomized walking to make the scene more alive in every scene that she's in, but come on.
Body parts.
It would be hilarious if her footsteps started showing up.
I mean, when CSI comes over, they will say, okay, we see tons of footsteps by our people.
Lau, would this be a good time to let you know how attracted to you I am?
Probably not.
A photograph of two men, a younger Giel and Dakari van der Waal, by an urban river.
Grey Knight tipped $20. Epstein's house is pretty much how I imagined it'd be.
Thank you, Grey Knight. Epstein's house. Epstein's house? The book back of the photograph has a note written by hand. The wedding, August 2071. All right.
Okay.
Wait, that's the wedding of those two? Yeah, this game. Look at that. Is that a same-sex couple?
I think so.
Way to go. Way to go, Technobabylon. Just not making a big deal of it.
THE systems. Wardrobe storage.
Oh, we had to get one more in.
Once you mechanical error, no obstructions. THE systems.
Anything under the pillow? Anything? Let's gotta check the body in the blood bath. What is that? Like a little? It looks like a little kiddie pool.
Looks like if it's supposed to be a jacuzzi.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like a good jacuzzi. A jacuzzi sits in the corner of the room. You wonder what kind of man needs to have a pool quite so readily available at all times. A pool of his own blood.
This is Dakari Vanderwall, Gil's husband. I can see 4 gunshot wounds in his chest. It was either these or he drowned, but that's kind of academic at this stage.
Crazy_Borg tipped 5 pieces 08. Greetings, Spoonie. I am just happy to see you in front of the camera again. Is there still Reb Brown footage left for future Rebruaries?
Not really. I've kind of run through most of the movies that Reb Brown did where he was a starring actor. He is in a bunch of stuff, but mainly as a supporting actor, very, very brief appearances.
So maybe a whole series of his one-liners and his supporting roles could be a fun little.
I kind of did one. He was in an episode of The Love Boat where he has like 2 lines, but I reviewed the entire episode of The Love Boat anyway. So yeah, let's see. It'd
be great if she picked up his legs and put them in our inventory.
In her pocket.
There's something at the bottom of the pool. A pistol?
Ooh.
Our murder weapon?
One of them, maybe. It's too deep to reach.
Not without severely contaminating the crime scene anyway.
Yeah,
we've already
contaminating
What are you talking about? More body parts?
Contaminating
we got to get
your
that.
crime scene is your middle name.
I have no idea who that's supposed to be.
Shall I trance it for you?
There's no such thing as comfortable ignorance anymore, is there?
Huh? You old people are weird.
True. Transit. Let's transit.
Let's call Central, report the murder.
Oh, okay.
Try to be a good cop.
This is Regis. Come in, Central.
Central standing by.
Situation's changed.
Case update to report.
Hey, I thought we weren't telling Central yet.
Subject and spouse found dead in apartment. Request that you hold off on crime scene team until we complete a preliminary.
Unable to comply. Specialists
no.
are being allocated.
I fucked up.
What'd you do?
Come on, this is our case.
Please return to cell when expedient.
Listen, you heartless pile of circuits. Not until we've had a look around.
I already screwed it up. We could go back though. We have a save.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, that's good. It's about 2:10, 2:12. Let's save this sucker.
Let me save in game, and we can. If I made a grave error, then we can. Okay, so it's saved.
Good.
Let me
I don't know.
switch to this scene. You guys.
I noticed that you could. I noticed that you could. One of the questions was give me some information on Vanderwall. So like we can contact them, not tell them that there's a murder, but still find out vital information from that sack of circuits. Does this game, is it pretty, do you remember it?
No, I don't remember much about this game at all. This is as far as I ever got.
Okay.
It's a lot gorier than I remember it. There's a lot of violence in this game. Shocking violence. But well done, I think. I like this game a lot so far.
Yeah, me too. You know, it's very talky. It's a very talky game. There's not as much
puzzles.
What seems to be
inventory
the big
puzzles
is, right.
You have dialogue puzzles like that guy, the bomber that we were supposed to convince not to blow himself up.
Right.
But we don't have any inventory puzzles.
Yeah, it seems like that really primarily is it. It's the dialogue puzzles, being able to find the right way to communicate with someone to get the information that we need. But other than that, there hasn't been much. Is there what other kind of gameplay is there in this? Am I missing something?
The dual nature of the trancing and the real world. Like having that dual nature of interacting with the computer stuff and then interacting with the real world stuff. That was actually pretty novel.
Yeah. But I like the design. Is this this is the actual game. We've played some games where they've done what was the one we just played, Daniel, full throttle, where we played like the updated versions that had more of a dynamic look, but this seems like this is what they created in 2015 to look like an old retro game, or is this okay? Yeah,
I would say so.
Yep. That's why I like Vegetai games and the games that they published, because most of them keep...
Phantasmagoria 2, a puzzle of flesh. What the hell is this?
Great stream, guys, smiley face. Noah, would you consider dragging Paul and Daniel through Ripper and more cowbell with Christopher Walken?
I think you've got a lot of people who want to see you play Ripper, my friend.
Yeah, well, if I do, you got to play with us. It just sounds like if you have too much, it would be fun to have you. I could do the controls, but you could comment along the way. That would be fun. So yeah, we'll definitely make that happen if we can.
You get it running somehow.
So what we're going to do right now, guys, Daniel, is putting all of the names of all of the people who have donated this past week. And thank you all for helping us get to our goal. It's going to help us continue to keep these streams coming. And all of those names we'll do a couple spins of the wheel and we will give away some games. What we've been doing, and I don't know, Daniel, we might be a little backlogged at this point, but we've been offering up guest spots. So if someone wants to join us for a stream playing a game of their choice, that has been on the docket in the past, but I think we might need to get through the 3 or 4 that we haven't gotten to yet before we add any more.
Yep. So today we're going to give away games. We've got a bunch of them. Even the one we just played two days ago, we played Murderous Muses. So,
yeah. Do you know any of these? Do you play or keep track of any of the more modern FMV games that are out there?
I have been. I've been playing a few of them lately. There's a couple I want to play. There's one called Who Pressed Mute on Uncle Marcus.
I've heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one called I Saw Black Clouds.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one.
I played one recently called Nightbook.
Nice. These are and do you like? Have you been enjoying them?
Yeah, they're Dr. Decker as well. The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker.
That's from Diavecchi Studio. So we just that's the Tim and Linda that we just spoke with the other day.
Contradictions, yes. Shattering, very good. Contradiction. Contradiction is probably the best one. I like that one a lot.
That was really good, and it's so simple. And we were having funny. We got to get back to that, Dan, because I was having all kinds of trouble getting it to play on my computer, and so it just was crashing constantly. But I was really enjoying it when we played it. That actor has become sort of the de facto. He's the go-to FMV actor these days. I need to come out of my 29-year retirement and start.
You're supposed to be the go-to FMV actor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Okay, we're going to spin the wheel. You know what? We're going to spin the wheel 3 times. We're going to give away 3 games.
Make the wheel bigger. The wheel is too small. Can't see it. There you go. Ooh. Okay, but now center it. There you go. Looking good. Oh, that's a lot of folks. All right, nice.
That's big enough.
And there you go.
There you go. You got it.
Okay, so we're gonna spin the wheel 3 times. If someone comes up twice, then we're gonna spin again. 3 different colors.
Noah, Right Said Brett wants to know if you've played the new Final Fantasy game.
Yes, I have. Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, I've played it. I like it. I haven't. I liked the demo a lot, but I've kind of lost interest in it a little bit. It kind of got slow for me. It kind of slowed down for me in the middle a little bit. I'm having a hard time with the combat as well.
Ooh, Space Quest Historian. Look at that. Like, you're going to need a free game. You probably have all the games.
I'm going to give you Space Quest. 6. Your favorite.
So we'll reach out to you, SQH, and see what you need, or if you want to gift a code to someone, then we could do that as well.
And here's another one.
Yeah, Not for Broadcast is another really good one. We were enjoying that quite a bit.
Yeah, Not for Broadcast, heard of that.
Yeah, that's really funny. I got to get back to that one. That, ooh. Dang. Data. A new name for us, but probably a follower of Noah's.
And third winner.
What are the games you have going here? We're giving Crazy Borg. Looks like he's gonna eke it out. Oh, is it gonna go to Sneed?
Crazy Borg.
All right.
Okay, so the games we have today, we have Broken Sword 2, The Legend of Kyrandia, Space Quest 4 to 6. You can give Space Quest Historian. We've had Gabriel Knight 2, Full Throttle Remastered, The Dig, 11th Hour, Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and what else? Shardlight by Wedgetai Games, Resistance by Wedgetai Games, Shiva by Wedgetai Games, Blackwell Deception, Wedgetai Games, The Blackwell Legacy, Wedgetai Games.
Dang, we got a lot of games.
Yeah. So
good.
I'm gonna contact you.
I see data up in the YouTube chat room.
Well,
yeah,
they're most of them are in the YouTube chat room because most of them donated today. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We restream with YouTube and.
Schwex tipped $25. Thank you for this stream. It has been great. I just want to let you guys know my appreciation for you. And for everyone who joined us. The positivity is overwhelming. It makes me happy.
Thank you very much.
Happy. Oh, shut up, Joex. That's ridiculous. No, thanks, man. Appreciate that. And both Data and Crazy Borg are like, what? I won something?
Yeah, so, you won a game of your choice.
Daniel will reach out to you guys. I think your emails came in with those. So he'll reach out and see which games
or
you want.
It'll be faster if you join our Discord, discord.conversationswithcurtis.com, and DM me, and I'll send you the list of games, and you can choose.
Yeah, hop on our Discord. It's a really fun. It's a fun channel. People have a lot of fun, kind of yapping about old games there. All right, well, guys, this is awesome. Noah, thanks again, man. It's really, really great having you. And if your schedule and your interest continues. I mean, I say let's just stick with Fridays for a while, and we want to finish this game anyway. So why don't we just have an open invitation for you, and then we'll keep playing, and we'll let people know when you can join us, and keep it going.
Okay, I'm good for now for next week. So yeah,
sweet. Let's do next Friday, same time. So keep that in mind for everyone. All right.
This way, we'll see what we'll get more of in this game: Pools of Blood or Sheffy, because at the moment it's.
It is Sheffy.
Equal amounts.
He's loving Sheffy so far. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. I'm gonna let's just say goodbye to everyone. Thanks, appreciate it all, and we'll have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you. Daniel and I and Tori will be back on Monday with can I announce this yet, Daniel?
Well, maybe Graham Annabelle will join us on Monday to play some. Puzzle Agent. I'm not sure if he'll be the entire stream. I'm trying to convince him to join us for the entire stream, and then it will be extra crowded and extra fun.
Yeah. And then Wednesday is wide open, and then we'll have Noah back next Friday to continue Technobabylon. So then have a good one, you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye.
See you next time.
Yeah. Exposition.